Hey guys, what's up? You see what time it is. It's time for an oil change. Hey guys, what's up? So as you can see, it's time for an oil change. We're getting there. I mean, it's definitely time. So I decided to go ahead and schedule an appointment with Ram. I'm gonna go ahead and take it there, let them do the oil change. And I decided I am not going to flash the PCM. I'm actually gonna leave the Hemifever tuning in it. The reason I'm gonna do this is because I don't feel like flashing it and then turning around and reflashing it when I'm gonna have to turn around and reflash it again in a couple of months anyway, due to the long tube headers and everything. And I don't want to have to sit here and have this truck relearn a tune twice. So what I decided to do is I bought a plug that covers the OBD2 port. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. There it is. Back down a little bit. I don't know how well you guys can see that. It covers the port, so if they do try to reflash it, they have to take that off and they have to see that it says on there, do not reprogram. So if for some reason they decide to reprogram this truck, I will have their ass. So anyways, I will catch you guys in the morning and we will see if we can get away with Hemifever tuning at the dealership. All right, guys, so it's the next morning, just now getting off of work. I work night shifts, so we're gonna work our way over to the Ram dealership and we're gonna get the oil changed in this bad boy. Just to kind of recap, I decided I was gonna leave the Hemifever tuning in the vehicle because I didn't feel like restoring it back to factory, go in for an oil change, and then turn around and reprogram to Hemifever tuning and then have to sit there and have the truck relearn the Hemifever tune just to turn around in a couple of months and re-flash the computer again with the new Hemifever tuning for the long tube headers and 180 degree thermostat. So I just find it pointless to do all that back to back. Even though, I still haven't received the long tube headers. Last time I talked to Matt, he told me that it may be a little while because everything's kind of back ordered right now. But, I mean, it's just a waiting game. But still, I just don't feel like swapping out the tunes because the truck is running great. I haven't had any problems with it. So, yeah, I'm just going to go. Hopefully they're not going to give me any hassle. I don't think they will. So I will let you guys know the outcome and we'll go from there. I'm sorry guys, I'm tired. I just worked 12 hours. So I just want to hurry up, get this oil change, go home and go to sleep. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Hey guys, what's up? Sorry for the wind. It's very, very windy today. Anyways, just want to give you guys an update. Dropped the truck off here, getting the oil change. I walked out, kind of walked around the truck with the guy, the service tech, and I noticed that he did have something plugged into the OBD2 port. And I asked him right away, I was like, hey, y'all aren't flashing PCM or anything like that, right? And he's like, no, do we need to? And I told him, I said, no. I said, I have extra tuning on here, so if you do, there's problems. So he said, okay, so didn't mention anything about warranty or anything, so far so good. I'll let you guys know how everything turns out. Okay guys, so we are done. Took about an hour or so. My appointment really wasn't until 8. I got there early. I got there right about 7:15, hoping that they could get me in early, but no, that didn't work. My truck just sat there basically parked until 8 o'clock and then they pulled it in. But anyway, we got the oil change done. As far as the tuning and stuff goes, no problems. They were curious when I went to pay for it. My service guy was like, hey, I noticed the truck sounds a little different. What all you got done to it? So because yes, for the Hemifever tuning did change the tone of this truck. they definitely recognized it, because I mean they were the ones that installed the ram air intake and the Mopar catback exhaust, so they knew how it sounded before, and they can definitely tell that it sounds different. And so I told them, I was like, yeah, I mean it's got a tune in it, you know. They were like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, what you doing anything else to it, you know? They were very curious, but and that's because I found out that they have stuff done to their vehicles as well. So kind of funny that, you know, these service guys will sit there and tell you, oh, don't do this, it's going to void your warranty, but yet they turn around and do it too. So you know, and as far as warranty goes, they didn't say, hey, you know, we're going to void your warranty because you did this, this, and this, you know, because technically they have to prove that what you did was the cause of the failure. So, perfect example, if I brought it back to them right now with a check engine light on, you know, and I did a trouble, you know, I ran the diagnostics, trouble code was, you know, something off the wall, you know, with the truck still being technically under warranty, you know, they could fight me on it, of course. They could be like, well, you know, you did a PCM swap, you know, you did the tuning, that's causing that, you know. Well, they have to prove 100%, without a doubt, that the Hemifever tuning is what caused the check engine light, you know. And, I mean, Chrysler, they got all the money in the world, so, I mean, it's kind of a losing battle, because we don't have as much money as Chrysler does. You know, you try to go to court and fight them, you're gonna lose. You know, because it's money, right? Hey, speaking of, check that bad boy out right there. But anyways, you know, I actually went and talked to the parts guy, you know, because we were talking parts. You know, I was trying to get a price. I was thinking about maybe eventually getting the Ram GT wheels put on here, and he told me, he's like, man, those are $900 a piece. You know, he's like, you can actually get a knockoff brand that look identical, you know, and maybe pay like $300 a piece for them, you know. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll look into that, you know, because who wants to pay $900 a freaking wheel? But yeah, he was, you know, he was curious too, like, oh yeah, what all you got done, you know? And I told him, you know, being honest, and he's like, oh well, I guess you really don't care about warranty too much, do you? You know, and I mentioned it to him as well. I said, well, I mean, technically, you know, y'all have to prove that the PCM swap is what caused the failure. And he's like, yeah, you're right, but he goes, but you're dealing with Chrysler and they'll find a way, you know. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, you know, but still, they cannot void your warranty just because you're doing all this stuff. You know, they can deny your claim, basically. So you take your truck in to do warranty work, and they can deny your warranty claim due to the modifications on the truck, you know. And then it turns into a fight battle. But most of the time, they won't even really look at that stuff, according to what my guys are telling me. You know, because they do modifications to their vehicles too. But anyways, I rambled on long enough. Just wanted to let y'all know, no problems. Got the oil change done with Hemifever tuning. Wasn't an issue. We just had to make sure that the PCM didn't get flashed, which brings me, you know, to my next thing. I did go out there because I saw him kind of messing around by my OBD2 port. And so I went out there to kind of snoop, and I saw that he had a device plugged into it. And I was like, hey, you're not flashing my PCM, are you? And he's like, no. He's like, do I need to? And I was like, well, no, I just see you got your device plugged into it. And he's like, oh yeah, we just run for trouble codes, you know. I was like, all right, yeah, that's fine. I was like, I just had that OBD2 port covered that says do not reflash because I have custom tuning. He's like, oh, okay, you know, because I wanted to be honest, because being honest is the best thing you can do, and it will save you in the long run. Because if I was to keep my mouth shut, and let's say that they saw a software update and they flashed the PCM, well, the only problem it would cause, the truck would still be drivable. That wouldn't be a problem. I'd still be able to drive home. The problem would be the next time I plugged in the tuner, it would have a different calibration code, and I would have to get with Diablo. We'd have to kind of go back and forth and try to figure out how to get the new calibration code into the tuner, you know. So that's why they always say, you know, restore your factory backup before going to the dealer. That, or just be honest with your dealer and say, do not flash my PCM, right? So anyways, that's what I did, and I'm gonna go ahead and call this video done, and I will catch you guys next time. Y'all take care. Oh yeah, guys, quick side note, I completely forgot. I'm pretty sure they did not check the oil catch can. So when I get home, we're gonna park the vehicle, we're gonna let it cool off. I need to get some sleep, so before I leave for work, before we start the truck up, the motor will be nice and cold, then we can unscrew the catch can, see how much oil is actually in that thing, dump it out, screw it back on for a nice clean restart on the catch can. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side of that. Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so the truck's been sitting here all day. We're gonna check the oil catch can. It's starting to rain too, so I'm gonna try to hurry up. I'm gonna need 2 hands to do this. That's on there pretty tight. Be right back. All right, so that's how much oil we have collected. That's actually quite a bit. So yeah, we're gonna dump this. I'm gonna go across the street and dump it over there. They have a construction site going on, so we'll dump it in their dumpster. And I'm gonna put it back on, and we'll be good to go. Just want to show that the oil catch can definitely does its job. Can you imagine all this going back through your intake and your throttle body? Yeah, so it's definitely doing its job. All right, guys, so we got it empty now. We got it nice and wiped down, and we're gonna screw her back on, and we'll be set to go. Okay, guys, and that is that. All right, so everything's good to go. We got fresh oil. We got a brand new empty oil catch can. So yeah, any questions, leave them in the comments below, guys. I'll do my best to answer them for you. Sorry, this video was kind of all over the place. Just wanted to get you guys a little bit of content about taking your Ram to the dealership with tuning done to it to see what the outcome would be. And my outcome was actually okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Y'all take care. Hey guys, just a quick side note before I leave y'all. Yeah, my service guys were really cool about the whole situation, about the truck being tuned and everything. They were very interested to know what was all done to it, just to the fact of the way it sounded. I mean, my service guy, the minute they brought it around, you know, he was like, hey man, the truck sounds really good. What's all done to it? You know, and I was like, well, I mean, y'all did the ram air intake and the exhaust. He goes, yeah, I saw that, but it sounds different from the last time you brought it. So he was like, do you have a performance cam in there? And I was like, no man, it's just tuning. He's like, really? Wow. So I mean, yeah, they were very interested, you know. And another guy said that he's got a Ram as well, who's a service tech, and he was telling me a couple of stuff that, you know, he has done to his as well. And we talked a little bit about warranty, you know, which I already discussed, you know, and they pretty much also said, yeah, you know, I mean, the dealership basically has to prove that the modification that you did caused the failure of whatever's going on with the truck at that particular time that you bring it in, you know. So, I mean, it's if Chrysler really, really wants to, then yeah, they can nail you to the wall as far as your warranty goes, because, you know, they have special lawyers in place for certain things like this. But the dealership themselves even told me, you know, as long as it's nothing major, then they'll turn a blind eye to that, and they'll just fix it and call it done under warranty. But I mean, if you bring it in with your engine knocking, and, you know, you threw a rod, or your transmission blew up or whatever, then yeah, I mean, you're going to pay the money. And the 8-speed transmission for this truck, because that's one thing we did talk about, because they've had some people come in with the 8-speed having problems, not to the fact that it was tuned. just to the fact that they run it so damn hard that they blow the damn thing up. And they actually said the 8-speed is junk. And that's coming from the dealer. And I was like, well, isn't the 8-speed in the Hellcats? And he's like, yeah, and it's junk. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I tell them I don't run the truck really that hard. I'm really not a racer. I just have all this, I just like to do all the extra modifications for the extra power for when I want it. Okay, it ain't like I'm going out there on the freeway all the damn time and just opening that bad boy up, you know? I mean, gas is way too high to be doing that shit anyway. But yeah, they agree with me. They said, yeah, I mean, they said, as long as you know, treat it fair, you know, and you're not out there trying to be freaking fast and furious all the damn time, then it'll last you. You shouldn't have a problem, okay? It's all these people that are going out there and just tearing up their transmissions, you know, that, I mean, yeah, I mean, it don't matter how well your transmission is built. If you freaking torture that damn thing, it's gonna start breaking, right? It's common sense. But anyway, yeah, he talked, you know, that guy talked to me a lot about, you know, a lot of stuff that can be done to the truck, you know, and he even said it sounded great, you know. But yeah, they were just really, really laid back and cool about it. I also went and talked to the service guy, you know, and he jokingly, you know, because he's got a lot of stuff done to his vehicle as well, you know. And we were talking about all the modifications, you know, and he jokingly was like, oh, well, you know, I guess you don't care about warranty too much, right? You know, we kind of giggled about it. And, you know, and I brought it to his attention as well. I was like, well, you know, from technically everything I've read is that Chrysler has to prove that that modification caused the failure at that particular time. And he agreed. He's like, yeah, you're right. But one thing you do have to notice or realize is Chrysler has more money than you and I put together, right? So he's like, you know, you go to court, you know, I don't think you're going to have the money to pay for a good lawyer as good as Chrysler has, right? So, I mean, yeah, I mean, why take it to court and drag it out? You're going to lose more money in the long run than it would cost to just fix the damn truck, right? But like they said, as long as you don't dog the damn thing, as long as you drive it normal and you play on occasion, you should be okay, right? But anyway, guys, that's basically it. I just wanted to kind of, you know, give you guys a rundown. They were really cool about the whole situation. No problems, you know, just be honest with them. You know, if you're going to take it in and you left your tuning in the truck, be honest. Just let them know, hey, please do not flash my PCM. If there's an update, a software update, please let me know. That way we can document that next time I bring the truck in, we'll flash it back to factory. You guys can do the updates. And then it'll be fine. Because the problem that you're going to have, I'm going to see if I can try to explain this to you guys a little bit better. From my understanding, sorry, Mom, I don't have a tripod out here, guys. I'm just trying to hurry up, and it's starting to kind of sprinkle. It's starting to kind of rain. But from my understanding is Diablo wants you to always put your stock tune back in the vehicle anytime you take it in for servicing. And the reason why is because when you do a custom tune, it leaves a backup copy of your original file, your stock file on the tuner. So if you were to go to the dealership and they see a software update and they flash your PCM to the new software update, the next time you go and plug your tuner in, your tuner isn't going to recognize the original backup because it doesn't match with what's previously in the truck, if that makes sense to you guys. It's going to throw an error saying that the software's out of date, you know, that you need to downgrade to a different calibration code, and it gets all kind of finicky, right? So they say to avoid all that, the best thing to do is to put your stock tune back in, because they can modify your stock tune. Because once your stock tune is back inside the truck, it unmarries the tuner from the truck, okay? But then the minute you plug your tuner in and you do any kind of custom tuning, it then marries the tuner to the truck, right? If that makes sense. So when you go to plug it back in, if it's married and it sees a difference because of some kind of an update, it messes it all up. So yeah, just be honest with them. Tell them, hey, you know, don't flash the PCM unless you you know, have your stock tune in there. If you have your stock tune in there, then you have nothing to worry about. I wouldn't even say anything. But other than that, just be honest. It's going to save you a bunch of trouble in the long run. All right, guys, I'm going to get inside before I get drenched.